invite you to listen into a live coaching chat that I had with Jenny. Jenny and her husband Mark are the owners of Wise Wood Creations, making custom engraved pens, cornhole boards, and more. Jenny reached out to me through Renewed Mama Coaching asking for help to promote and grow the sales for Wise Wood Creations. We talk about putting yourself out there at vendor shows when you are not a salesperson, promoting the business in small chunks of time that you have throughout the day around your kids, creating an email newsletter, and social media and video promotion. If you are looking to grow your business and make more sales, listen into this conversation. You're listening to the Renewed Mama Podcast. I'm Kimberly Mutar, and I help mamas like you stay renewed. Renewed in your thoughts that are on repeat while you wash dishes or scrub toilets. Renewed in the words you say to yourself and to your children when it's the best day ever and when it spirals into chaos and temper tantrums. Renewed in how you respond so that you keep showing up as the mama you want to be.
The business has worked really well in the sense like he does a lot of the building and I kind of come in and do this part that I'm good at. But now that we're doing these craft shows, even just the setup of it, we have different ideas and different viewpoints. And I find I get nervous with it because I'm not used to putting myself out there in like a sales way.
Okay.
So trying to connect with the people and get to know them and kind of mimic their behaviors and promote verbally to them is definitely a challenge, like the face-to-face.
Right.
One thing to do, post online and nobody sees me or talks directly to me for it.
Right.
So that's the challenging part, is just kind of putting myself out there too in a sales capacity when I'm not a salesperson.
Right. It's you getting more comfortable putting yourself out there.
True. Yes.
And talking to the people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's asked me how am I going to help grow the business? And I was like, well, maybe I could do more of the marketing and online promotions. But again, that's stuff that I'm not great at. And so just how do I promote ourselves? Do I do a Twitter account? Do I do a YouTube thing? What's the right move to make? Because he's very good at doing this building and he's good at sales verbally. So how can I do stuff that's small little chunks of time throughout my day around the kids' schedule?
Right.
So trying to navigate that. And I know you have done a very good job at navigating both home and business for yourself and for your husband's businesses too. So I feel like you've kind of mastered that more than I have, at least.
Yes. Well, we're always on a learning journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing is that you reached out and you're willing to learn and to grow in those areas. You're teachable, which is really huge. That will go a long way. Tell me how it's been working so far with those vendor shows. You said you're doing the wineries. Does that feel like that's been beneficial or successful in getting your name out there?
We haven't seen too much growth from it yet. We've had 3 shows this year.
Okay.
And I think we did 3 last year, so it's not too big yet. But I think it will become larger as the summer comes along and people are being outdoors and wanting, cornhole boards and games, and our stuff's geared more towards, the outdoor picnicking and entertainment when we go to the shows. So I think it will pick up. I think it definitely does help promotion. When we go to these shows, it's helpful because then we kind of can talk afterwards.
Right.
We tend to find a babysitter for the day.
Yeah.
And do the shows together. And then we decompress and talk through it on the way home before we have the children bothering us. And or we forget all of our thoughts and ideas for the day. So we've definitely gotten better at communicating afterwards too.
Yeah, that's a really fantastic thing to do. What has are some of the things that have come out of that discussion?
One of the biggest things, like we both really love organization,
Okay.
and packing for shows was like a very big challenge for us, keeping things organized. How do I store it? And then after the one show, we had like a 3 hour car ride. And we
Wow.
spent that time just like, how do we need it to look? Like, where do I need it to be? Because I'm the one packing. And then we just stopped at the store and got what we needed.
Mm.
And I spent the weekend like getting it organized and done. And now it's like a nice, organized, simple. I know where it is. He knows where it is. He knows to put things back in the bins. So we've gotten those things figured out. It's just, again, it comes back to like, for me, how do I promote the business with social media, and how do I like just get more comfortable communicating it, I guess.
So then let's talk a little bit about marketing. When you're at those vendor shows, are you taking down like emails or offering a draw or any way to stay in touch with those who come by your booth?
No, we just have our business card.
Okay.
So, and that has like the QR codes on it also, along with email. But no, I haven't taken people's emails or anything.
Here's some of my thoughts that I had for you. Keep in touch with them through email by them writing their email down, and usually that's done in like a draw. So maybe you're
Okay.
offering something that you have made that they could win.
Okay.
And so then you say, after the event, we'll give away this gift. Now, if you're driving like 3 hours, you would want to do that draw as soon as possible so that at the end of the show, they could still come by and pick up your item, unless it's something that is small enough that you could mail.
That's a good idea. Which it could be something small enough to mail too.
Offer anything in this giveaway that you think they're going to say, oh, wow, that's really cool. I could use that. And then the idea behind collecting their emails is that you can then email them on a regular basis. And what I'm thinking is, because it's easier for you to make sales with someone who already knows you, maybe they bought from you because they like what you've made. They're using their cornhole. They're getting comments on it when friends are over. And they're like, yeah, I want to hear what else you're making or something new. Email them on a regular basis. Like we just had Mother's Day.
Yes.
Now Father's Day is coming. So who can you email that you can say, hey, these are 3 great gift ideas for dad? And then maybe it's the summer fun. You could say, what is something fun that parents could get for that we make for their kids instead of screen time? Gets them maybe outside playing. That's the cornhole. So you could have send out an email that says 4 summer fun ideas.
Okay,
keep your kids active, playing outside in the sun without screen time. And these are the things that you make that they could buy.
Yeah, that's good.
Teacher gifts, as bridal party gift ideas, and then Christmas gifts, birthday gift ideas for dad, birthday gift ideas for mom. They could go any time of the year, right? You could just sit down together, brainstorm with Mark, look at the holidays that are on the calendar, and maybe you just send this email every 3 weeks. Maybe you send it every 2 weeks. Or like you could say, hey, we just designed this new thing for this friend. If you have a unique gift in mind, reach out to us and let's see if we can make it happen.
That does sound like a good idea. Gearing it towards those special events.
Right.
And even like offering like a promotion, or maybe even like 10% discount, or like that makes my brain roll a little bit, because like some of the items are really cheap for shipping.
Yes,
Maybe
okay.
we could like offer like free shipping or something as like a promotional idea. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I would do that like once a year.
Okay.
Or maybe twice a year, because you don't want to train your audience to always wait to buy until you have a sale.
Okay.
You could say if their order is, well, I don't know how that works for some of the items you make, but you could what came to mind is if their order is an X number of dollars, then maybe you could offer free shipping, or maybe you offer 10% off once they've reached a certain limit, right?
That makes sense.
That's a way you could offer a discount, but you're still encouraging them to buy.
Okay.
And buy now because this is a great gift idea for dad, or this is a great gift idea for your teacher, a unique gift that shows how much you appreciate all that they did for your son or daughter over the school year.
Yeah.
If they are coming by your booth at a winery or a vendor show, it's a few moments in time that they're looking over your items, but they're not really remembering all that you make. And so when you're touching them regularly with an email, and it doesn't have to be crazy, it could be every 2 weeks, it could be every 3 weeks, whatever you can fit into your schedule, but you're top of mind the next time that they need a gift. As you're growing that email list, the other thing I would suggest is just to DM friends and family or those who like your Facebook page.
Okay.
And then you can still use that as a means to reach out to them. So maybe every once in a while you put a post, a social post that say, if you want to join our email newsletter to see some of the latest creations or things that we're making, then DM us and let us know. That way you're continually growing your email list.
Oh, good idea. Okay.
Don't miss out on our upcoming Christmas gift ideas by joining our email newsletter. You'll spend less when you're reaching those who know, like, and trust you versus when you're trying to find a brand new customer.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
The email list is the best way to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I still get like emails from a Mary Kay lady from like, 6 years ago, and I have never bought from her. But she still emails me sometimes, and I'm like, really?
Well, hey, you know what? You may not be interested in Mary Kay, but a friend may come to you and say, hey, do you know someone who sells Mary Kay? Because I'd really like to get this. And then she will come to your mind. And you'll say, sure, yeah, I do. This lady always emails me.
Yeah.
Another thing I would suggest, since you're already working Facebook, stick to as few channels as you can. Like you mentioned, I think doing Twitter.
Yes.
Work really, really good at getting lots of engagement and activity on Facebook, unless it is that your audience is always on Twitter.
Yeah, usually we get most from Facebook.
If you can, if someone has purchased from you, say, would you share a picture of you playing with your cornhole? Tag us. And then you have social proof. People are seeing, oh, wow, that's so cool. Their friends are seeing it. You know what I mean? And
more reviews and comments from others.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it just helps to grow your Facebook page.
Yeah, because I want to try to help him grow that. If I can do more social media and promotions that way and just kind of getting more sales through it, then it's things I can do with, 10 minutes here and there, between the schedules. And it would be, very nice if I could make a little bit more so that I don't have to like go back into like a full-time career.
Right.
I just don't want to have to like put myself into that insane work schedule with these guys and miss out on so many of the fun memories, at a 4 and a 5-year-old. I don't want to miss these moments by working until 6:30 at night.
It really does go fast. They're young years.
We started playing around with like videos. Like Mark does not like being photographed at all.
Yeah.
But I have convinced him to at least like take videos of his like just his hands as he's turning a pen.
Right.
So like put the camera on the lathe and like watch videos of him like turning the pen and like assembling the pen. And I'm thinking like, do you think videos would be a good way to keep going?
Yes. If that's something that you feel you can with ease fit into those 10 minutes or those times that you have to work. Yes, it makes me think of all the videos where you watch the artist painting, they're painting in like, fast, like triple speed, but you watch it unfold. And I don't know about you, but I have sat there so many times and just watched the painting because I couldn't wait to see what was gonna look like at the end.
Yeah.
So it's the same
Yeah.
thing. I mean, I would love to watch how he makes a pen. Any part of it's going to capture attention, and it only has to be 15 seconds. Maybe you leave a bit of it out so there's a bit of mystery, and all of a sudden it appears like this at the end, right?
Okay, yeah.
But you always need to have a call to action or something at the end of the video. So it could be a question that says, would a pen like this be a great gift for someone you know and love? You can get it here at Get This Teacher's Gift here. Always give them some sort
That
of
makes
call
sense.
to action. Yeah, as to where to buy.
That's where him and I will have to work together on that because he'll be better at the call to action.
Just sit down and brainstorm like 3 or 4 call to actions because that's really all you need for every video. They're going to buy it here or get your teacher's gift here or get your Father's Day gift here. Really, those are your call to actions.
Mm-hmm.
Or thinking of a unique gift for your dad, reach out to us and see if we can make it. Okay?
Now Mark can actually engrave things.
Uh-huh.
So we've been trying to like figure out how we're gonna promote that and get that word out a little bit more. Because we can like put your name on your pen or whatever the item is too.
Right. It's customized. I mean, even graduations for high schoolers, university students, that's another email. That's another event in the year, right? That you're just going to email about. And those little videos will help communicate what you can do. Did you know that you could get a custom engraved pen for your grad? That's the first question on your video. And then you're watching it working, watching it being made, and then get your pen here. Talk with Mark because you're juggling a lot of things, right? He's going to school, you're working a little bit substituting, right? You've got the boys. So make sure that each thing that you add to your business and essentially to your life is something that is with ease and not a lot of stress. And if you find that something is really weighing you down or like no joy in it, if it doesn't move the business forward, then get rid of it.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing like with social media. For me, I was to the point of posting 10 times a day and it wasn't bringing me any results. Now I did that through an assistant, but I was still having to come up with all of that content and then she was posting it for me, right? So I wasn't really actually on the platform, but I was still, you know what I mean? It was still,
it wasn't bringing me,
but it wasn't bringing
me in your mind a lot.
Right. And it wasn't bringing me the results that I wanted. So I scaled it back, like I said, to just like Facebook. So think of that as you sit down together, say, what can we do in these 10, 15 minutes that I have every day? And maybe those 10, 15 minutes are like scheduled like a dentist appointment, right? You're going to sit down in those 10 to 15 minutes every day. So I'm just saying, make sure you're designing a life that you want. Something else to consider, shorts. If you're making these little videos for Facebook or Instagram, YouTube really loves shorts.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say go all out and make this huge, put on your shoulders this huge YouTube channel, but you can put the shorts on of Mark and you making these things, painting these things, what you have to offer. And YouTube may have more success through those shorts than say Etsy. If you're not having success on Etsy.
With Etsy.
So if you're already creating these videos once for Facebook, just throw them up on YouTube. It's still going to be 30 seconds, 15 seconds, less than a minute. So consider that too. You're just repurposing the content on another platform.
Right. I already did the work.
Yeah, that's right. You could consider that.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Very good. Yay.
Does that feel helpful?
It does. It helps to talk to somebody, the wheels rolling.
Right.
It's hard to put a lot of thought into it when the boys are pulling at me or just everything else in life. So kind of just sit down for half an hour and like actually focus or try to
Yes.
focus on it. It's really helpful.
Well, if you get into any of those things that we talked about and you feel stuck or you have a question or you do try the avenue of the YouTube channel, I can talk you through some really key things that you need.
What did you learn for your business and life from my conversation with Jenny? Tell us in the comments. You know, I care about helping you renew your thoughts, words, and responses. But Jenny didn't reach out for help with those. She reached out for help with what means the most to her right now, helping support her husband as they grow their business. And I love that. I am here to help with whatever you need, whether that is business, parenting, communication, marriage, and of course, helping you to renew your thoughts, words, and responses. Go now to renewedmamacoaching.com and let's chat together. Let's get your questions and concerns answered. Your parenting, the peace in your home, better relationships with your kids, less outbursts and temper tantrums, and a positive, strong mom mindset can be yours. Reach out at renewedmamacoaching.com. If the Renewed Mama podcast encourages you, would you leave a review on Apple Podcasts or a comment on a YouTube video? Your review helps the podcast to grow so that more mamas find it and can stay renewed too. I appreciate it so much. For more resources, visit the Renewed Mama podcast, Renewed Mama Coaching, Speak Life Badges, and Austin's Kids Club.